anything to a GDQ, and I managed to get it in.
Yeah, that's crazy. Not many people can say that. Yeah, it was a really cool run, and I mean, you had some big shoes to fill. That's for sure. And
Yeah,
I think
CN is
you,
quite a legend, that's for sure.
yeah. So I was do you want to just like do a screening of the run?
Like just like share screen and just watch it through a player.
Yeah, I can just like play it. We can like, you know, make any comments on it.
Sure, I'm game for that.
Okay, I think I'm streaming. Or I'm gonna try to stream on Discord and Twitch simultaneously.
Okay.
Howdy.
Hello there.
Howdy. Can I just say, I love your tag above average stepdad. It's really funny.
Dude, you know, it's actually like, it's really like, so I do a lot of fighting game tournaments,
Mhm.
and I go between above average stepdad and below average stepmom. And I always like, I'm not sure which one I'm gonna pick, but it's amazing when they have to like, if you're in a tournament, the commentators have to say it, they're like, below average stepmom. Wait, it's me.
It's honestly, that's probably one of my favorite tags out there.
I tend to like help people come up with just bad names for everything. I'm like, here you go, here's your bad name. They're like, I love it. I'm like, okay. Okay, so I run a tournament for Soul Calibur 6,
Mhm.
and the name of it is Stepdad's Belty Beatdown. Winner gets a belt.
Belt beatdown.
It's a Stepdad's Belty Beatdown.
Belty
Uh,
beatdown.
What kind of fighting games are you into?
I am one of the best in Australia for Soul Calibur 6.
Wow, that's quite the feat.
Yeah. Although, admittedly, like,
You know,
fighting
I
games in Australia are pretty small, but
apparently some guy just came out of Australia and is doing really well in Melee. He got like fourth at Gamma.
yeah, we have a fairly active Smash community. Like the proper FGC is like mostly Street Fighter and Tekken, but our Smash community is probably like a lot bigger than our FGC in general.
Yeah, that's fair. Smash has that
Yeah.
staying power.
That's it. That's it. It's got the Falcon. That's all you need.
True.
I gotta say though, I saw you run a GDQ, man. That was crazy. The 30 seconds of Black Shadow.
Or Deathborn in Chapter 8.
That's it. That's it. Sorry, I'm actually doing work at the same time. So yeah, I saw that. I was like, I'm sitting there like, no. I'm so bad at GN.
I was sweating that last lap, and there was still 7.5 seconds to go. I was like, oh man, I hope this works.
Yeah, it was like one corner off. I'm like, you're kidding. He just took it. I'm like, honestly, Falcon couldn't have done it better himself. He just showed up last turn, gave it that real cheesy finish.
I think it was actually better in the long run that it wasn't a perfect Chapter 8, because it actually like added that amount of tension. It's like, oh my god, is it actually gonna happen?
Yeah. I was like, come on, you're so close. You can't do it. And then you zoom past, and I'm like, my man.
The literal last turn.
So if it was an anime, there would have been a flashback of like CGN passing you a torch. It's like, come on, it's your turn now. But yeah, that was insane. I gotta say.
All right, that's the next commission.
That's it. CGN anime
passing the
CG.
torch.
Yeah. That's it. It'll probably be the next on my like mediocre drawings I do at some point.
Have you seen the world record poster that I commissioned?
Oh yeah, I saw some of the art in the art channel for it. I was like, okay, so I am building an AX cabinet, I probably don't talk about it non-stop, but I'm looking for art because the current cabinet has just initial D stage 3 art on it, which to be honest is its own bag of mix because I'm not sure if I want to get rid of it because it's like that's kind of an antique at this point. But I'm like, if I did replace it, I was looking at it and I'm like, do I do it? Do I get like some of the story mode art and then plot that on instead?
It's so good.
Yeah,
I keep looking at it and I'm just like amazed at all the time and effort that went into that thing.
yeah. And the cool thing is that like I love the art style for it. Like the colors are like they've got that very. It's kind of like Redline, but not as dark in its tone. You know what I mean? Like Redline has a lot of sharp blacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is definitely a lot of inspiration that I had for the poster as well. Because he has a similar comic style, and I was like, I want something, sort of similar to Redline, where there's a large, sharp contrast between like the light colors and the dark colors, and I think he ended up getting something like really, really on point.
Yeah. It's in that comic book style, like that old like American comic book style, and
I kind of got some like F-Zero X vibes from it, which I liked.
Definitely another inspiration.
Yeah. F-Zero X. I was looking at the stripped down sort of like picture of the blue Falcon in the background where you can see all the the mechanics of it. I was thinking about like doing a redraw of that just to like really high res it up.
It is a really nice picture.
Yeah.
Which one?
In F-Zero X, there's a teardown of the Blue Falcon that shows all the parts inside one half of it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was like, if I took my time and just really just went over that, I think that'd look sick as a poster as well.
So Artful, what was going through your head during this chapter?
Chapter 2, I kind of just had to like let my muscle memory take over. I will be honest, during especially like the first couple of minutes, like chapter 1 especially, you can't really tell, but like my whole body was trembling. Like my hands were like shaking violently, and I'm like, oh my god, am I even going to be able to play? But big shout outs to David. Just having him in the call and just having somebody to talk to like really helped calm my nerves, and I was able to be like really comfortable by the time I hit chapter 3. It was just chapter 1 and 2 were definitely pretty rough, but I'm glad I was able to showcase a pretty decent chapter 2. I'm bummed out I didn't quite get sub 35, but I mean, it's marathon, it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah. Those shift boosts were crazy, I gotta say.
I'm actively working on getting the famous sub 30 chapter 2. That is so hard to get. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's got to be a really solid time.
My best on it, I think, is 30.7 something. So I'm like a second away, but damn, is it close.
That's kind of how I felt with sub 2 CTT. Like a year ago, or I don't know, maybe a couple years ago, I thought it was impossible. Like, I never thought I could achieve that time, just because it requires so much like mastery of the tech to like get to that level. I never thought I'd actually put in the time to get there.
I'm glad Billy decided to actually perish during this chapter, because in practice he ended up living like 2 times, which is really odd, because it's generally pretty consistent that he perishes in this chapter. But yeah, there he goes. He decided to actually... And then I went back and watched Twitch chat, and they're like, wait, what? Where did he go?
He went to Super Monkey Ball. It's his time.
Yeah, screw this.
Does that happen regularly in this chapter?
Oh yeah, like 95% of the time, Billy's AI...
That one character in particular?
That one... Sometimes it's Super Arrow, but most of the time it's Billy. Because he's the one in second place.
Interesting.
I got to shout out the soundtrack as well, which is like so good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a masterpiece.
Definitely up there. It's one of my favorites. I stand by. Cosmo Terminal is like one of the best best backgrounds for the stages. It's in my opinion underrated and sad it didn't get more stages.
I feel that way about Paper Engine, the one for outer space.
Yeah.
That is such a dope background with all the meteors coming down.
Yeah. Oh, and also as well, like, especially because, like, I do a lot of practice on it, and I found that, so, like, internally in AX, there's a BIOS menu that you can crank up the difficulty for CPUs, and, the CPUs just start blatantly cheating on the last lap now. And just when you're in outer space, like final lap, and it's just like the baseline is just hammering, you just like, don't you dare, don't you? I have been beaten by. I came third, and I was off by 15 milliseconds. That's them just like, yeah, no, you didn't win. I'm like, mate. It's but yeah, the background for Meteor Stream is great. I'm just watching. Come on, the rival's coming in. Yeah, that's like impressive to me because I'm very much a casual, but seeing just like you're gonna take out the chain gang without wiping out the rest.
Yeah, it's all about, you have to use pretty much as much boost as possible before you get to the energy strip, just so that you are going as fast as possible through the chapter. It's I've played it enough that you generally get the feel for, okay, am I able to go for all of the boosts at the very end of the boost panel, or do I have to hold back a little bit because some of the chain gang will be right on my butt and I can't attack Michael Chain without having to deal with like 3 other vehicles.
Yeah. That's it. You gotta not get you can't get cockblocked by them. You just gotta work your way around them.
I didn't actually like really set up anything for chapter 5, but I did get the double capsule skip first try here.
Yeah, that was insane. I was watching that. I was like, "Are you serious?"
I felt like doing it like really subtly. Like the people who don't know might not pick up on it, but people who actually understand chapter 5 and then, you know, see the 2 missed capsules and still making it through would be like, no way, dude.
Look, I get clapped on normal, okay? Like, I'm sitting like, are you serious? Like, you can miss 2 of those and you're fine on very hard.
I think, yeah, I was in the F-Zero Discord and somebody mentioned that it's possible to skip 2, and I was like, really? I need to test this out. And so, yeah, in like 5 minutes I managed to get it, and I was like, holy shit!
Let's go.
Let's go! I'm glad I didn't get cucked by Jody at the very end of that chapter. Although it also would have been really funny, too.
Oh, yeah.
No, sometimes that just happens.
Sometimes you just hit the ceiling. You have to sit there and time out for 15 seconds until you explode.
Yeah, you think because there's like 10 seconds to spare, if you manage to like get to the end using like advanced techniques, do you think you'd have enough time to turn around, go back to where the boost pads start, and then make it out the door? Maybe if you saved like a boost just in case you end up hitting the door. You know what? That might be possible. Maybe I'll give that a shot.
I reckon, I don't know if it'll be possible on Falcon. This is just my guess. Obviously, I think you definitely know this game like 100 times better than me. But I reckon like a quick acceleration car, like Bunny Flash, would probably have a pretty good go at it. Although I feel like that model's so small, it'd probably just fly out the door anyway. But hey, look, if anyone can do it.
Man, I'm also glad Chapter 6 was first try, because this one's just like, you just gotta do it. It's boring. There's like a couple advanced techniques that I can do, but besides that, it's just...
Yeah. I'm actually...
What's that?
Chapter 6 should always be a first try, man.
I mean, if you're just going to clear it, then yeah. But if you want to get a faster time, it is a little risky to hit the vehicles on the sides. But that actually, at this part, if you boost, you can MTS into shift boost on that one upslope and save a little bit more time, which I might try to start implementing if I'm able to defeat enough cars.
Defeat oncoming traffic.
Pretty much. I also hit this wall right here.
Yeah, that was kind of close.
You boosted it and you grazed it just enough. Probably.
I'll tell you one thing. If you want to make Chapter 6, this one, challenging, if I may make a suggestion, try doing it in first-person view.
Oh, I did that already.
No, you're not allowed to have easy times with things that are making me miserable.
I actually for my world record victory lap, I did a very hard all cutscenes under the influence first-person percent.
As it should be.
It's Chapter 4 was so hard in first person. That one is brutal.
Yeah, I'd imagine that one would be like, especially because you got to see around all the other ones there. Although Chapter 7 in first person sounds like it's gonna be.
It wasn't as bad as 4 because 4 is like you actually just have to like spin attack and hope for the best. At least in Chapter 7 you can speed ahead of the group and then not worry about it. Chapter 4, like, you're in the thick of it. You have to just deal with it.
My goal that I'm going to be trying to do is I'm going to try and 100% the game in first person, and I'm setting it up so I'll be able to use GX on the AX cabinet. So I've got like my computer there, and I'm just going to put in HDMI and just get a USB hub and flip over all the stuff to the computer. So I'm going to try and 100% all of this game using a wheel and in first person.
That's gonna be brutal. I wish you luck.
Yeah, and I'm not very good at this game, I should point out. I have beaten story mode once on normal 15 years ago, and I plan on just getting back.
If you need some pointers, I got you covered on story mode.
That's it. Definitely. Well, for me, I actually like using Blue Falcon just casually, so which is probably telling that I'm bad. So,
I think story mode is probably going to be the hardest part for you.
Yeah.
Well, and some like are you going for all the staff ghosts as well?
Yes.
Okay, then some of those are real hard.
Yeah, there's a couple of brutal.
Yeah. I know that like Mute City Twist Road is the one that's supposedly the clapper.
That'd be so weird, like trying to MT boost and stuff with a pedal.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that I'm actually, since I've been doing so much testing to build this machine, playing on stick, like I was doing it, and I'm like, this ain't the same. This isn't the experience I'm used to.
But I mean, at the same time, I think someone could get pretty damn good on, a big setup, an AX setup.
Yeah. Well, I mean, before I flipped to my new machine, like I actually had my actual cabinet. I did do like Ruby Expert, so it's not. I know that's not like great, but you know what I mean. Like that's a. Mm-hmm. I like someone just like, nah, he's casual, get him out, just leaves. I'm like, all right. Nah, but
it's something.
Yeah, I like that's like not doing any advanced techniques because I understand the foundations of how they work, but not the like, you know what I mean? Like I haven't applied it to gain the muscle memory.
Definitely use AKC's guide. That was like super influential for me getting better in a shorter amount of time.
I will do that. I'll definitely go for that one. Because I'm just watching this chapter 7 like, oh my god.
Yeah, this one was a little bit scuffed, but at the same time, that's what the 40-second estimate was for, just in case, things went terribly wrong. And yeah, Chapter 7 was a little rough, but it can always get pretty tricky, because I feel like the most can go wrong in this chapter.
I mean,
like,
it's kind of ballsy that you didn't go for the Black Bull kill, I gotta say.
I think it's easier, actually, when you get the boost and just take first place, because then it's just you and the course instead of you and maybe Black Shadow Blood Falcon.
Okay.
I feel like, because like for me, chapter 7 feels like there's no, because like usually there's like, oh, it's chapter 2, I just shift boost and I win, or you know what I mean? Like I pace myself out in chapter.
There's
4
no easy way out on this track.
Pretty much, yeah. It's you and 2 people that are blatantly cheating.
I mean, at the same time, you have a really solid lap 1. Like if you get in the lead, you should be able to stay there with enough shift boosting, but the thing is, it's like you have to shift boost, otherwise they will catch up to you and make things miserable. It's not like you can play it that safe.
Exactly. Like you have to take some degree of risk. There's no shortcut to it, except for them. They're allowed to take the shortcut.
Yeah, and those shift boosts in particular are like extra. It's just not a like very safe place to get them. It's just like a little more precise than a lot of other places.
Yeah, it's a very skinny part of the course, which means if you hold the L trigger for too long, you just fly off the other side.
Yep.
like
right that.
That's comedic timing right there. Yeah. I was gonna say, I tried. This is probably indicative. I tried lateral shift for somebody. They're like, I wonder what a completely new person would be like on lateral shift. So I did my first set of shift boosts, and I kept getting like walloped whenever you go for that like platform, and then it like sort of thins out, the track does.
Oh,
and just every time I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna try this.
There are certain parts where you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna empty. I'm not gonna go for a shift boost here because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's just like a little, like those little things. Like I've streamlined the process of shift boosting in chapter 2, where it's like, okay, I can go for 2 during this part. I can go for 3 during this part. I can do it if I have this speed. If I have this speed, I should wait a little bit. It's like just a little bit of optimization to make things worthwhile. Because it's another thing, like when you're shift boosting, you want to like give it like your crackhead energy and just like fire them off one by one. But when you're going over 3K, like you really don't need that. You can just play it pretty safe.
Exactly. Falcon's got a wife and kids. You don't need to be shift boosting at 3 a.m. in the morning.
I haven't had my coffee yet.
Exactly.
And like the fact that you have to how
so
long you
lucky
have
here.
to hold A for each of the shift boosts is pretty interesting. Like after going into like looking at it with tasks, it's really hard to quantify it with like a certain number of frames or something. It's just like something you gotta get a feel for.
Yeah. Like it doesn't feel like it's consistent. Like there's definitely, it's like how fast you're going, and
yeah, it's definitely not like, I mean, it's technically like consistent, but you know, realistically it's not. Like you're not gonna get usually you're not gonna get the same exact outcome. Unless you're just like really cracked at the game.
Yeah, this game is not like a Mario Brothers where it's pretty streamlined to the input. It's like this one's 60 frames per second and like everything is different in a race.
I started working on a Dragon Slope task again, and like there's so many shift boosts you can get by just like having the perfect angle and just like just like minor little input changes can, you know, be the determining factor if you get a shift boost or not. It's crazy.
Yeah, this game's physics are on another level.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like this game controls like butter. Like you're going over
Yeah.
3K, but you still feel like
Story
in
mode
control of
really
your vehicle.
story mode really embodies that, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was
The
gonna
reason why I
say,
love it so much.
yeah, a lot of these story mode like levels, I'm like, why can't I not just play these in a cup? Because I really want to. At some point, I know there are codes to do it, and I do plan to do it at some point. But a cup of like I think it's like 1, 3, 7, 8, and 9 would be amazing.
Well, one would just be Sonic Oval.
Yeah. Then again, I've probably played enough Sonic Oval for one lifetime. Every time something breaks, I have to like test it. The first map I use for testing is Sonic Oval, so I'm just sitting there like,
Technically,
please.
it's Sonic Oval with an altered background slightly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah.
It's like got like a green. It has like the Casino Palace big mannequin guy too, statue.
Yeah.
The Sentinel looking dude.
Yeah, that thing's awesome.
Yeah, I always thought that was like really weird because yeah, it has a Casinopolis assets in Mute City background.
I mean, they probably just wanted to do it quick, but it is an interesting choice.
It's a simulation.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to highlight that in the poster. So in Chapter 3, you can see the Sentinel in the background holding the big money sign.
So 30-second head start for Deathborn. Was it 23 seconds that CGN did? Or something
CGN
like
did 26.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, 'cause it was like a 25, and then they overshot it by like $1,000 or something like that. I think.
Nice.
That's a. There you go. Well, that's a torch being passed. Then it's up to 30. The next one has to do like 40.
That okay,
You
so
need perfect bump shift boosts for that.
if you were to do, I think 35 would be possible, but you would have to get a run in Chapter 8 where pretty much nothing goes wrong.
There's not like the shift boost potential isn't as high as other tracks. I feel.
Yeah, you can get the double on that one incline slope, and that's about it.
I was gonna say, CC Muscle Memory Redemption Arc goes up 40. That's it. It is the anti-hero who will follow.
Oh, I did manage to get the double shift boost there. That honestly might have saved the run, getting the double here.
Damn, that speed's just so good.
I'm just happy I managed to get this first try.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
made it look easy
without-
too.
With how clutch this race was during the run, first try just adds on to it.
Not to mention, this lap too. Like I went back and checked. As I'm boosting, there's like the last fire patch. I just passed it with 0 life. Like right here, you'll notice the top right. I had no energy after there. I was like brains off from dying. Couldn't touch anything here because I ran out of energy. Like, oh my god, this was so close. And what was that, 7.7 or something I had to make up?
Damn.
I was talking to a friend of mine the other day because he came over to try the cabinets. It's like, it's finally done, boys. Anyway, he said, it was like, so why did you pick this one? And I'm like, because F-Zero is the only game where like, oh no, I'm at my car's max speed. Whereas like in every other racing game, you're like, yes. F-Zero's like, no, I'm at my natural max speed. I'm going slow. I need to be boosting. There
Yeah.
it is.
That was really close.
Oh
yeah,
man.
that was just like the most clutch.
Yeah.
I'm bummed out. The YouTube video actually doesn't. You can't really hear the crowd as much as the Twitch VOD, because the Twitch VOD, the crowd was going insane during the end of Chapter 8.
Oh, I bet.
Like you could barely hear me and David over the roar of the crowd and all the clapping.
Hell yeah.
I'm also very, very pleased I managed to showcase the Dan skip in Chapter 9 too.
I saw this live. I was like, are you serious? You can do that? This map's insane.
Shoutouts to Dirty Dan himself.
Perfect. What a perfect name for someone who would discover that sort of shortcut.
F-Zero X speedrunner, I think David was saying, which is funny enough because that does look like an F-Zero X skip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really interesting skip.
I think it saves around 3 seconds a lap, so if you are able to get it every lap, that's
it's one of those seconds. Weird ones where it's basically like it's a checkpoint skip that doesn't kill you, like because in a lot of cases,
still can.
Yeah, like I did that task of this level recently, and I couldn't get it. So like I had to touch, like or at least be really close to a part of the track in order to trigger some sort of checkpoint. But yeah, you can skip that huge chunk there.
Okay. So wait. So I assume because it was like I was thinking it was like chapter 3 where you have to sort of go over the you can't do it over the corner. You have to sort of angle yourself so you hit that last turn and then go through it to hit that checkpoint.
You can't do it as sharp as you want to. You have to sort of cut along the offside and sort of don't take the path straight away head on. You have to come at it at an angle, or you just end up blowing up in midair.
Yeah, you end up mac and cheesing into the wall. There's Falcon's legacy, but Black Shadow wins because Falcon is currently putty on a casino wall somewhere.
Oh god.
That's the one thing I was thinking to myself is like, if you ever want to convey how badass these characters are, because technically these people aren't restarting. Falcon just did all 9 of these, no failures back to back. He's just that guy. Can you imagine?
Come off it! You think you can beat me? No way!
I love the cutscenes in this game.
I love that Sega voice acting.
Like I kind of wish I almost wish they were unskippable, just so we could watch them.
That'd make this run so much longer.
Yeah, you would hate that.
But it's worth it though, because when Captain Falcon gets the champion belt, he thrusts for some reason.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. It's like, hey, here's the belt of God. He's like, yeah.
The power of the universe is emanating from your crotch, and you wouldn't thrust?
And I'd give it the old Waluigi from Mario Strikers crotch chop.
God, I love Strikers so much.
Luigi, yeah. He has the power of God. He's just sitting there. God damn it.
Actually, I went back and I checked the Twitch comments and some of the YouTube comments, and I screenshot a bunch of my favorites. They're a little out of order, but I have one. If the clip of Hobbs clutching the race after a 30-second head start isn't in the daily recap, I might cry.
Honestly, as it should.
That ASMR controller clicking, cat with sunglasses. I'm absolutely blown away. Captain Falcon's theme is something else in this game. Very true. Good song.
Yeah.
From YouTube, I'm pretty sure he started accelerating on the exact frame of 30 seconds on Mission 8. This dude is cracked.
That was dark.
Dark Souls of racing games. It looks great even when he fails.
Yep.
This game's performance is staggeringly better than even some modern games. Honestly, yeah, this game is a technological marvel.
Facts.
That incentive race was one of the best things I've ever seen. I've never played the game, but my jaw was on the floor the whole time. And then three 3 in a row that just goes ludicrous speed? Ludicrous speed! We've reached ludicrous speed. This is the most insane run I've seen this week. My boy Artful from Fibat. Thanks, homie. Also Fibat. Now, who wants to learn that run?
Hey, I've got that on the back burner for if I ever need a marathon run for free.
For free? You gotta
Speaking of,
beat my record.
Artful, are you going to submit this to any other marathons? There are plenty of other ones that would love to see it. Just saying.
Wait, for real?
Good.
I wouldn't know that.
Let's just say we've needed a story mode max speedrunner for a long time. Someone to do cool marathon runs.
I would just need more people submitting the marathons for F-Zero, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's awesome that they
to...
let it in the marathon because, you know, spreads the word.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, there's in-person and there's online ones that are always available. So.
And F-Zero runs are just, like, so much better live. Like, I mean, they're cool online, too, but there's definitely a level of hype that you get with a live event.
That's true. However, consider this. My passport is expired.
Oh, shoot.
I would have to
Dude, there's online marathons.
Which is true.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Every time he shift boosts, my whole body clenches. Boy, me too. Yeah, one of my friends, whenever I'm on Chapter 9, he says every shift boost is a mini heart attack.
As it should be.
As it should be. Can I just say how rude of it to put the hardest chapter at the end of an already insanely difficult speedrun? Wow, congratulations. You have first tried every other chapter. Alright, so now you have to shift boost for like 2 minutes straight, and you can't mess up on a course with no walls. Have fun.
Oh man, just do it for a minute and a half instead.
Shit, you're right.
I like the idea that the devs are sat there and they've got the walls for the course and they're like, hey, you like the shift boost, don't you? Yeah, but I really shouldn't. They just remove them. They're just laughing like, no, no, I gotta. Crying while you shift boost.
You know what I was thinking about is Chapter 9. I feel like they probably wanted like an actual racing vehicle, like an AI, like Chapter 8, but I don't think they could like program it right to go through that track without dying like a million times.
Maybe.
Like,
do you think
that turn is like brutal. Like I could see AIs having a really hard time on that track. Like I don't think they have a mapping, do they? For that
I think
track?
they actually do. If you use like a code to play the story mode tracks in like a regular Grand Prix, some of them survive.
Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah, and there are actual AI path files. Like I've cracked open the ISO multiple times and they exist. So
Yeah, it is kind of weird that it's just like a ghost.
You think it's because it's a programming thing? Like they couldn't have two of the same vehicle on the course at a time?
Probably.
One thing I was going to mention, I thought this might be related, is that if I remember correctly from the cutting room floor, the creator has a character portrait in the files. Like you don't see it because he's a staff ghost type deal, but like if you look in the files for the game, there is actually a face sprite for him, like you know the one that spins and the one that sort of nods when he's in first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at one thing I'm gonna try and do is I've got the cord for the license reader, although for some reason my Triforce hates it and it doesn't turn on when it's plugged in. But I'm working out how to decode the data in the cards, because if I can figure out that, I might be able to like glance through it and see what the catalog for characters is, if that makes sense.
The characters doing a little nod when you come in first place is actually really charming when you first play this game.
Yeah. I'd actually I'd love if they ever did a sequel, if they gave it expressions and stuff like that. Like if it was online, I think that's what I'd be looking at. Some sort of emote button that you could press while shift boosting and falling off.
I don't know. As much as I would like a new F-Zero game, I don't think I would trust current Nintendo with a new F-Zero game. If I'm just being really satirical.
It's fun to kind of think about how it would turn out, because it would definitely turn out a hell of a lot different than GX.
Let's be honest, they'd water it the hell down. That's exactly what would happen. They'd water it down so that they'd appeal to more players, and then the rest of us who like the game as it is would be like, well, it's cool that you made it, but you kind of ruined what made F-Zero F-Zero. Most likely what would happen.
I like the idea that Miyamoto's just standing at our windows, shaking a Wiimote. Look! Turn! No!
Add waggle controls.
They did that already with Nintendo Land. Use the gamepad and motion controls, and you play as a toy Blue Falcon.
Yeah, that was that felt a bit tone deaf.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be an authentic F-Zero experience anyways.
Yeah.
But then again, it's been so long, what is the authentic F-Zero experience?
I was thinking about it, and I feel sadly, if it was to return, it would probably be a cheap mobile game or something. Just for some, a quick cash grab.
Please don't turn it into a Mario Kart.
Because if they're in a slump or something, they can just throw that out there and just get some street cred for giving us something. Some people would eat it up.
But it would be pain.
Yeah, basically.
Just saying.
All we can do is hold our hands together and believe in base shareholder. the hero we have right now.
I'll produce my own F-Zero with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if this counts for much, but I know in the Aero GPX channel, apparently the guy making Aero GPX has been approached by some people. He wants to do the game his way, so he's gonna keep doing what he's doing. But yeah, apparently there's some sort of industry interest in it. Just yeah.
That's dope as hell.
Mm. Yeah. Get some good backing behind it, honestly.
But I think based on my understanding, and this is just an observer's, so don't take this as gospel. I think he just wants to make his game the way he wants to make it. So he didn't pick him up, but he's been approached.
Now, that individual, has he built that game completely from the ground up, as in he's made the physics engine himself and all the assets for it, such as the sounds and the models?
Yep.
Really? Man.
He had a prototype playground physics engine thing way early on, and it still feels pretty close, if not really close to F-Zero.
It started with a a bar of soap just sliding around a big course.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yo, how do I main the bar of soap?
It's got to be
the joke vehicle. It just has the worst traction in the game.
I would buy DLC for a bar of soap machine.
Hell yeah.
Just main that and get world records with it. Why not?
Bar of soap speedrun.
Yes.
Soap percent.
The ultimate. The
enemy of melee play is soap percent.
Yeah.
It's an off-put joke, but I got it. But yeah, apparently, yeah, people were saying, he mentioned that people have spoken to him about it, so I think there's an industry interest in it. Because I genuinely think that, there is a niche for a difficult racing game that just hasn't been getting filled.
Well, no other game has really filled the F-Zero role in some time, and I guess you could argue that Fast RMX has attempted the futuristic racer, but it doesn't feel the same. it has
more
much
wiped out.
floatier. Yeah, it's much floatier controls, like longer drifting base turns instead of F-Zero, which is just like super responsive, like sharp turns along with its speed.
Yeah. Like for me, like I played a fair bit at RMX, and yeah, like the cars feel like big, and when you take a turn, it's like, come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Just trying to sort of make it do it, but yeah, it's but yeah, like you got 240 ships on a course, and it was like still at 150 FPS or something.
Damn.
128. What?
Yeah.
That is
And,
absurd.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm just like, you know what you're doing. I'm gonna let you know. Although when I saw that 200, how many cars it was, I was like thinking like he needs to make a stage that's just a pachinko machine and just put cars in it.
Oh god, flashbacks to Mario Sunshine. No.
So that's it.
Man,
Oh, look,
again, online battle royale mode like that, like just last one wins in a race, infinite laps.
I was saying, I mentioned to him, like, imagine if they built a mode that was like a course that was set up like a jousting ring. Like, so you know, it's like a figure eight almost. With boost pads on one side, boost heal on another, and then you just have to meet in the middle and just hit each other, and then you cycle back and do it over and over again.
Is that Persona?
Yeah, yeah. I've just got like a video game music playlist going in the background,
That
Nice.
was good.
trying to just vibing.
I was thinking if I wanted to do another piece of art for the speed run, I want to have one of just like Deathborn just sweating nervously. His Falcon's just coming back. Like, he gave me a 30-second head start. What the?
Oh wow, this looks pretty cool.
Oh.
Now try setting these kind of times on cabinet.
Oh boy. Give me a cabinet, I'll do it. I
Hey,
just need a
look.
working memory card reader.
Yeah, I've got that. Actually, you can. I still think it's hilarious that like you can actually just use a Triforce on memory card port 2. You
What?
just plug it into the actual motherboard and it works. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, this record he actually uses first person.
Yeah, it's because the pipe physics, I think, ruins his vision, if memory serves right. Or, like, his view of the track, rather. Not vision, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, he does that in his F-Zero GX 3-lap record that still stands from, like, 2005, I think?
Oh wow, Fibat, you got a GPL record?
Yeah, E-cards. I'm actually shooting for main ladder fast lap record.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm just gonna say, all I can think about with that space flying record on Meteor Stream is just point of view Jeff Bezos on a joyride in his rocket.
And his Jeff Bezos and his cock rocket.
Say what you will. Look, I consider forgiving Jeff Bezos if he made an F-Zero car and started flying around. I'm like, there you go.
If you're gonna fly around in space, at least do it in a cool-looking machine.
Like a hardbanger.
You can hire Sega to make some background music for your trip. Look, I'll overlook the human rights violations.
Oof.
Are you doing the drunk driving technique here, like, or is that just snaking or something?
Oh no, just DDT, man. I'm just...
Zoom it.
You just face your walls everywhere.
Are you hitting those walls, or...
Just barely missing them. Like, you missed them
Oh
by
my
pixels.
god. That's so close.
GP Legend is honestly, like, it's become a new favorite for me for speedruns, just because it's different.
Here's Mr. Albion's custom track pack.
Ooh.
This was a pretty dope trailer, I gotta say.
Yeah, this was sick.
Square.
Yeah, I actually like my trailer from my first track pack actually released. I put more effort into it. This project was actually completed over the course of, 2 months or so? This was like a speed project. So, everything was kind of rushed here.
That's
It
basically
came out
what
okay,
my,
but... What up?
that's actually fun to do. That's basically what my TAS runs are. I just kind of try to
I gotta
knock them
actually
out.
watch yours.
What's that?
I actually gotta watch your TAS videos.
Oh yeah, I just got a few. They're not very good. I just did them in like a few hours of messing around.
Hey man, they fill those voids of the missing GX tasks that don't exist yet.
But yeah, like compared to the actual good tasks, they've got a long ways to go.
I'm working on one final track pack before I completely retire from making custom courses. Although this time I'm actually going to try to replace every single track. But there's limitations when you do this kind of shit. Because I actually was supposed to replace all, what is it? F-Zero X has 24 tracks? It's like, what, 4 cups? And then it's 6 tracks each?
Oh yeah, here's the Chapter 9 task that I did. With Fat Shark.
Chapter 9 was actually a really good one.
I couldn't handle the, I didn't know how to handle the, the spiral turn. Like, that's kind of tricky.
What was that shit that you did at the beginning to gain a lot of speed?
Oh, I did like a little bit of shaking.
The shimmy shake.
Yeah.
Yeah, you frame perfect snaking back and forth. So every other frame it's left, right, left, right, left, right.
Is it done at max speed?
I just use Max Excel just because I figured it'd be a little bit easier.
No, okay.
Yeah, chapter 2's, lap 2 is pretty ass, but lap 3 I kind of got the hang of it.
Dude, that's the same with every F-Zero run.
Yeah.
It always sucks on one lap, even in a TAS.
They're fun to make. Like, I was trying to figure it out frame by frame, but, like, I can't really do that. You just gotta, like, just do it slow-mo. And that's the way to go.
I tried my first suicide, like, when you try to suicide to finish the lap. And I was like, I'm gonna be cool and do it like these guys. And I just flung into a wall. I just immediately exploded. I'm like, it doesn't work for me.
Here's a task from Kayvon.
It's actually kind of funny. This doesn't beat the world record, though. Like,
Yeah,
the world records are 111.
It's harder than you think, even with TAS tools.
Just shows how cracked Sanic really is.
Yeah.
One of the best cores in the game right here.
Okay, so... Oh, I thought this was a remix of A Long Fall from Final Fantasy for a second.
It might have been.
Yeah. It's hitting the same notes. I know that.
Yeah, I'm using one of like a Simple Flips stream playlist just because I figured there'd be some bops in it.
Yeah. In before the spicy wings.
Oh, it's Mega Man. I know that tune.
Yeah, I heard that too. Just the main do 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 do.
Alright, so I got a question about shift boosting, because you guys could definitely help me out. You don't really want to hold that control stick too much when you do it, because that's like a force of habit of mine is to always hold down the control stick when I'm shift boosting. I think that's what really fucks me up.
Hold it down in what direction?
Like if I'm going, like let's say if you want to shift boost and you're going to the right, I literally turn the control stick to the right and I hit my strafe button to the right, and then I turn my control stick to the left and hold down my strafe button on the left. I kind of do, I hold the strafe buttons down as I'm using the control stick at the same time.
Yeah, you'll want to just, you can do right and to the right at the very start to turn sharper to the edge, but it is definitely a lot easier and more consistent just to use the strafe to the right, and then use the control stick and the left to get back onto the course.
Okay.
But if you're just doing it left and right, back and forth like that, you like really increase your odds of like your machine will basically wobble when you get back onto the course, and that just like loses a bunch of speed, and then you aren't able to shift boost again for some time. Or you can hit the course and like break your grip, and then that just opens up death so much easier. But it's a lot easier just to strafe to go off the course, and then turn and strafe to go back on.
Okay. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem. Just don't ask me to do it to the left.
Okay, I don't really shift boost to the left myself.
Yeah. Let's pay respects to Skiddy, who couldn't make it tonight. This is her custom track.
Did she use FZEP for this, or did she use the expansion kit?
Oh my god, it's a skitty.
I don't have the slightest idea.
It is.
Skitty made a skitty track. That's amazing.
I wonder if it has. If it had like two of the big building assets where the eye should be, but there it is. Perfection.
I think you can't you like place those background elements?
Okay, I don't think you actually can.
But you can
a
on
pyramid.
one of them.
In FZEP, you can definitely add background images, but in the expansion kit, I don't believe you can actually add the horizon elements,
Okay.
which is kind of weird when you think about it.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I'm wondering if it's a memory thing, because apparently those elements cause issues in memory or something like that.
Yeah, when you make a track pack in FZEP, if you have too many horizon images or too many decorations, your game is going to eventually crash. Like, that's the issue that I had with Bootleg Bazooka. Like I told you, I was going to make it 24 courses. I had to chop it down to just to be 3 cups. Every time it would load, I think it was like course 23, the game would just crash. There was just too much shit in the game.
Yeah. Because one of the things I noticed with F-Zero is I think because they opted for 3D models for the ships, they really, like that puts a lot of tax on the game, I reckon. Because like, this is still Babby's first 3D 3D compiler. So I imagine, that's what I imagine, like anything that requires any sort of like big elements like that's probably taxes it too hard. That'd be my guess. But who do I know?
Does anyone here make 3D models?
I can. I'm not good at it.
What program do you use?
I used to use 3ds Max back. Although Blender is definitely way to go for most of it nowadays. Wait, no, it's Blender and Mayo are the two ones. I thought about getting back into doing it, but then the problem is that getting all the licenses, everything, is such a pain in the butt.
What do you mean by getting all the licenses? What do you mean by that?
Like getting the program licenses and doing it. Like, because if I did it, I'd want to actually produce work. So you end up getting.
Wait, you mean to tell me you need a license to be able to sell this stuff to people if you're going to use their program to make a 3D model?
Yeah. Well, if you're going to use it for like a game, because for me personally, after I finish with my cabinet, I'm probably going to start putting money into. Well, first I'm going to try and build an F-Zero GX-like game, but yeah, that means that if I'm going to do it, I'm going to need to use 3D assets, and if I'm going to use 3D assets, I need to make sure everything's above board.
Okay.
And usually as well, like, the licenses for those programs are absurd because they're used by big budgets.
Speaking of which, I noticed on this community update, this was kind of neat.
What page you on for this?
It's on F-Zero Central Twitter.
Oh, okay.
I also just find it in the F-Zero Nexus announcement channel.
But there's like a there was like a F-Zero Pocket. Have you guys heard of this?
No, actually, I haven't.
Pocket review. I have not heard of this.
I think it's just like a fan game.
I think I remember this, actually. It was like originally F-Zero GB or something like that.
Oh wow, I didn't know they mentioned Unleashed in this.
Purple.
Oh, okay, I've seen a preview of this.
Oh wow. I like that the character portraits, they remind me of the old Star Fox ones. Ooh, they're zoomed up. They are a bit.
This is really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just reminds you of old NES and GB style racers.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
I like the idea that Captain Falcon would genuinely listen to this just while he's racing. Just casually, like, knock somebody's car into a wall.
Oh gosh.
Captain Falcon just listens to the Blue Falcon podcast during races.
Yeah, you never know.
With the power of fan fiction, anything is possible.
One thing I was thinking of doing is, so like, it sounds really nerdy, but I saw Falcon's sort of like what his cockpit looks like, and above his like his wheel, he has a screen that's like it's got some sort of UI to it, and I was like, I reckon I could get that. The problem is I need to find a way to make it talk to the Triforce, and that's going to be near impossible. But I thought about seeing if I could make it either just have a map screen on it or something. But I was thinking of maybe either hacking a GPS navigation one or something like that, and just putting the images in there and being done with it. But because I know where I can get those, because like flight sims have them. But yeah, there's no God damn, this looks good. So I'm getting distracted looking at it. I'm like, the little fire stingray.
I was entranced by it the other day.
Mm.
It looks cool.
This is this is like a really cute Pocket F-Zero game.
Yeah.
Yeah, people should check out this Link Zero video about it. Yeah, just let me know. We're like getting towards the end, so if there's anything you guys want me to show in particular, just let me know. I was recording some random footage of like GX, and I got some AKC's replays, and I was like just looking at it at like different angles. It looks kind of weird.
I did have something funny happen to me the other day when I was on AX. I got it on camera, but I was messing around with using very light vehicles on Cylinder Wave, because like accidentally I took a turn wrong, and then suddenly my car was just orbiting around, you know, the skinny section right before the lap ends in Cylinder Wave. And my car was just basically perpetually orbiting around it for like 15 seconds while I come last. So I was just messing around with it, just seeing like how badly I can mess it up. And at one stage, I flung myself over a checkpoint and timed out. Like I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's my life now. Aside from that, though, I do have something that's kind of interesting, and we're all sort of scratching our heads and we don't know why.
You should head to JR's website. He actually has a section there where he's selling like all the world record prints.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the link right there, jrcomicart.com.
This reminds me, I need to stop procrastinating and make those top-down images of the F-Zero machines. VSAM, you remember those from like years ago?
Yeah, I think so.
Those little top-down
Oh,
drawings
yeah,
I did.
yeah. I remember those.
I gotta redo those. I only have like what, 4 of them. I have like Crazy Bear, I think the Magic Seagull, and Fat Shark, and what was the other one I had? I had one other one, I forget. But yeah, I need to stop procrastinating. I haven't drawn in months.
It was like Wild Goose or something?
Nah, definitely not Wild Goose. I actually have a figurine of Wild Goose sitting over in here. There's like a 3D print. It's pretty neat. I can't draw anything like this though. Nowhere close.
I'm still not sure which panel is my favorite. Like, they're all so cool.
I like the shift boost in the Chapter 2 one.
Oh, the Samurai Goro one? Yeah.
Yeah. Just Samurai Goro's face, like, fuck this, man.
I love it. We had the little sweat drops, and yeah, we really wanted to capture the essence of speed, so we added those trails behind the Blue Falcon. Shows him leaving the course briefly as well.
Oh, I like this one.
Billy dies in the casino. Yeah, and you'll notice there's no engine lights on behind the Blue Falcon, so it is game accurate.
Yeah.
Are you doing the skip?
Yep, that's the skip. You'll notice that's the jump pad right beside the Sentinel on the last part of the course.
Nice.
Chapter 4 I love too. There's that little pink ring that you see around the Blue Falcon for the side attack.
Oh, yeah.
You can even see the little bit of it reflecting in the character portrait for Falcon too.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Just little small details like that just takes in like cutscene aspects, game aspects, like the actual speedrun aspects as well.
It's definitely like, it's really good the way they've done it.
Mm-hmm.
This one's really nice.
Yeah, Chapter 5 was the one that went through the most amount of rework. It looked a lot different early on. Chapter 6 is the only one that doesn't feature something in-game, but rather the opening shot from the cutscene, which is my favorite part of Chapter 6.
Yeah, I feel like this cutscene, to me at least, conveys just how big these cars are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, the reflection on the horns on the front of the Black Bull, oh my god, so good. Look at that, look how good that looks!
That's such a nice detail.
This is a really good cutscene, too.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's, like, kind of quiet. And,
This makes me think of, what would F-Zero look like if it was cel-shaded? Would that fit the aesthetic of F-Zero or no?
I mean, look at Aero GPX.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cel-shaded?
Yeah.
Yeah, Aero GPX is 100% shell-coded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looks like Aero GPX looks really nice. Actually, I think the art style looks really good. I feel like with F-Zero, but at least in my opinion, I would either go cel shade or go something closer to like red lines, sort of bold dark shadows. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, I would love an F-Zero game that looks like Redline. I just love that movie in general. It's one of my favorites.
Same. That was
Got the creators.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Spooky Boys.
The background, he managed to capture the background so well. Like, the actual course itself with the floating blocks, and then the cubes and the red lines, like, everything works out. And also, Chapter 8, I had to make sure to capture the embers that actually fly by the vehicle. It's, like, similar to Firefield. That just adds, like, so much to the sense of speed. It's one of the reasons why I love that chapter so much.
Yeah. I also love that he's boosting off a mine. That's sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we wanted to add as much game elements as possible.
No,
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I really wish you could actually get the Chapter 8 music into Firefield regular.
God, yeah.
The Chapter 8 Emperor Breath is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It is good workout music.
Another reason why Chapter 8 is goated.
Yeah.
Just a damn shame that Death One was a pushover.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, 30 seconds. I mean, yeah, it's I was thinking to myself, also as well, the music for chapter, the speed chapter, the one that's based on speed. That I also like that one as well.
Time for Kill. It's
Yeah.
such a funny name.
Yeah.
What time is it? Kill. Time for kill. Like, Black Bull's just looking at his watch. He's just got a
Falcon.
watch that says kill.
You've come to die.
Right on time for kill. But yeah, I was thinking that before. Like, Sega voice acting is a genre unto itself. There's no other voice actors sound like Sega voice actors or can do it nearly as well as Sega can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Unironically, though, I do love the line read of Falcon, you've come to die. I really, really like that one.
Yeah, Black Bull's voice. It's so weird because like he's such a. Okay. Actually, low key though, like Michael Chain's voice is for me.
They messed that cat up so bad. You right, man. It don't fit him at all.
Yeah, it's like what made you win? What are you okay? Do you need a lozenge? Like, did you eat a chain? Like, bro, what happened? Like, I was like, oh my god, Michael Chain.
The grind never stops. That's why I eat these chains.
Exactly. He had to eat a solid chain to prove himself amongst the gang.
That's the initiation. I just have to eat like a chain link fence.
Yeah, Michael Chain ASMR win. That's what happens if you lose to Deathborn. You have to listen to Michael Chain ASMR. In hell.
This machine's actually pretty good, isn't it? Like outside of Black Bull and Fat Shark, isn't he like the third or fourth best machine?
I
Wild
think-
Boar.
I want to say, based on my I did a brief look at the like top times for each car, and I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong here, but it's like Fat Shark, Black Bull, Great Star.
Yeah.
Have you bopped this individual time, Artful?
Have I beat this? Lord, no.
Okay. Yeah, I should have known by the world record tag.
245? Nah, man. This one is actually cracked beyond belief. You got like a 37 or 36 second lap one. It's absurd.
The thing is, like, is Crazy Game Nerd still active in the community, or
He doesn't really play anymore, but like he's still around and like he's out there. Like he still, kind of pays attention to
what goes on?
Yeah.
I just like the idea that he's just like the secret final boss of the community. He just comes out of retirement. Oh no.
Yeah, he's done some incredible stuff for this game. It's no doubt.
Yeah, his skills are insane.
Well, yeah, he was the one who inspired me.
That's it.
I wish one day to stand where he stood. And here we are.
Yeah, that's it. And you took it by 4 seconds on this map. Well, not in the world record, but in the in the speed run, I think it was 26 to 30. If I was right. Like I think he gave him a 26-second.
Oh yeah.
You gave him,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, my personal best for this one is a 252.
Oh, this is always a good watch too. Yeah, he actually started as a snaker, and he didn't start doing max speed till a couple years into playing.
Ah, gotcha. I feel like, from what I understand, snaking in this game's bad on the hands. So
Yeah, it's much harder, and in pretty much like every aspect. Yeah, it's very difficult.
Yeah, because
I was gonna say, as much as I'd like to try out snaking, I know that I can't, because if I do like practice on chapter 2 or chapter 9 for even like a half an hour, just the constant shift boosting is enough to just like really make my hands sore.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be able to do snaking, but it is really, really cool.
Yeah, I've asked Battlestream how he's able to, play and like still set records without like too serious of problems, and he just says, I think he just said, I don't play for very long, and just like, which probably just means takes breaks and probably stretches a lot.
Yeah, no, stretching is paramount.
I feel like more than any other console, the GameCube has taken more hands.
Yeah.
Between melee and sneaking and this, definitely racking up those points. But,
yeah,
that's one thing. Sorry.
I'm just saying, as much as I love the GameCube controller, it's probably not the best for long-term healthcare.
Yeah. I know, and like when your company had to release gloves, people messed up their hands. It's sort of like, what does Nintendo have against hands? That's the real.
Oh my god! Are you able to beat Michael Chain before he gets to the energy strip? This is insane.
Yeah, I think sometimes we forget how crazy snaking is.
Yeah, especially on this track. One thing I actually think is really cool is I know in the AX beta, the beta version of this track, the composition of where the track physically is in the background's different, and like you get some really cool views to some of the buildings, which I thought was really interesting.
For which one?
For this one.
Oh yeah, this is a really, really good looking track.
Yeah. Like actually, it's really interesting. It's one of the few times you ever just see a random city.
Yeah, imagine this like as like an open world like map.
Yeah,
that'd be epic.
Also, in the beta version of this track, it has some of the lightning assets as you get closer to lightning.
Oh, they didn't keep that? That would have been so cool.
Yeah, like you see some of the red lights and stuff from like the buildings and lightning, which I think is just really sick.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah! What is this? No!
That's enough, man.
Okay, but this isn't. Okay, I would just say this isn't like all in one go. This is just the best that he's done of each.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is like a splice speedrun.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I love
like
that.
Theoretical best splits. There we go. Like a gold split video, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That was so cool.
Yeah.
I think he does it for all three.
Actually, I find it pretty ironic. The world record for Chapter 2 was set in very hard as opposed to normal.
Mm-hmm.
What does very hard change on Chapter 2?
It just adds like more boulders.
More rocks.
More rocks.
So
probably makes Samurai Goro a little bit faster.
Basically, just outpace it, and you won't even have to worry about the difficulty change.
I just realized this video is it goes through all of the chapters on normal, hard, and very hard.
Oh yeah.
Very thorough.
That's like
you need to make sure you need to
king.
beat this game.
That was a nice shift boost you got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see if I can start practicing that. That definitely helps shave off some time on this chapter.
Oh,
I love that he's snaking in that tight corridor. He's like, doo doo doo. Come on, man. It's insane, though. That's one thing I love about this game, even though I'm not very good at it. I'm just like, I love just how good you can get at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Infinite skill ceiling, almost.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like, how long can your hands hold up?
The Super Smash Brothers melee of racing.
Well, one thing I gotta say is that I've got my subwoofer against the control for my cabinet, so whenever anything goes on, like you feel it now, and I'm like, good, this is what I want. I want to suffer. So like,
Suffer. That is the ultimate immersive experience.
Yeah, that's
it
pretty
is.
badass, man.
It is, man. It's like honestly, I was so surprised the subwoofer fits perfectly into the hole in the cabinet left by the CRT being removed. So just especially when you're like, so like if I use Wild Goose, and Wild Goose has a really short time in between boosts, so you can just mash his boost really quickly. Every time I do it, like my wall shakes. I'm just like, hell yeah, this is what I'm here for.
He also has like a his booster sound reaches the lower frequencies pretty well compared to the other ones, doesn't it?
Yeah. And AX is definitely like, yeah, let's really just destroy your building. It's some good stuff. Cause I think on AX specifically, AX uses the 4-channel stereo, whereas I think the GameCube can only do 2, if I'm right.
What does that actually mean? I'm not tech savvy.
That's all good. It basically means it splits the sound 4 ways, so you could have 4 speakers instead of just 2.
Okay.
So like,
And it's more surround than it is stereo.
yeah. So what I was thinking, actually, this is something as well I was gonna do, is like if I wanted to go all out, I want to get 4 bass kickers and assign them to each of the stereos. And that way I'd be able to like make the entire thing rumble from the direction that the sound's in, because 2 of the speakers are behind on the left and right, and 2 of them are in front on the left and right.
If you get this working, I'm gonna have to need to know the address of your house.
That's fine. Look, you can make it to Australia. You're welcome to. You're always welcome.
Play some of the best F-Zero I've ever played.
Well, okay, I have an idea, and this is like my when I get a bigger place idea.
Honestly,
and it's also just a dumb idea.
The next F-Zero meetup should probably be in Australia. I think that would be cool. But we'd have to get Fire Falcons and Holmy there too.
That's it.
And that'd be hard.
Legend.
That's it. Well, yeah, look, the good news is that if I can figure out how to get this damn license reader working, then you are all welcome. In fact, I'll even give you guys one. I have custom-made NFC F-Zero license cards I put through. And hopefully they're actually in some ways better than the original AX ones because they're reusable. So, also as well, I think that it's nice to have a nice plastic card over the sort of mag cards they have. But yeah. Hey, look, if you guys are ever in Australia and you want to play some F-Zero AX, you're welcome to.
Yep.
You know, your system sounds like it'd be really banging for real, especially for GX. But this game has like a really good soundscape.
Yeah.
A game that came out in 2003, like you really can feel and just hear all the other cars like, around you. It's just crazy, man. When I was a little kid and played this game, I lost my goddamn mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's some good shit. And one thing I can't say enough is like worth it is you can buy a bass kicker and you can just sort of put it as an in between the sounds. And like I've got one and like you can crank it to some ridiculous levels where like the entire cabinet is just fucking shaking. You're like, yes.
The crazy part is, how did they manage to code it so that you can like you ever crash and you just like watch the AI go by you? Like when they boost, the sound distorts. Like, does anyone ever like you ever hear that? It literally just has this kind of like weird distortion. I'm like, how the hell you make something like that?
Like the level that they put into their to their sound engineering for it. Actually, just in general, the level of detail they put into this game is just off the charts. Because like I was thinking this the other day because I was playing Sonic Phantom, and the wind whistle from the car gets stronger as the car picks up acceleration, which for a car, especially like Sonic Phantom, is very on point. Like that's what it would do because it's a long, skinny car. And I don't know if this is correct completely, and someone will probably correct me on this, but also the actual dimensions of your car seem to vary in how MSTs and stuff like that work. Like if your car has a wider angle, like Magic Seagull, it turns differently, or something like that, or how it processes it.
You ever go 6,000 kilometers an hour and fly straight through a mountain?
Yeah. Like, it's hard, even in slow motion, it's hard to, like, parse what exactly he's doing. Like, shaking is obviously a tech that isn't super explored, you know? Like, CGN is probably one of the only people that really understands it completely. Like, it seems like it's just, like, a combination of shaking and, like, just ridiculous optimal shift boosts.
That's your brain on meth, kids.
Damn, where could I get some meth?
I need to set a WR.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
How
And
do you
this is
not
a
death
task.
plane there?
He nearly flew into the boulder while it's on the hill.
I guess they don't have hitboxes when they're up there or something.
I don't. I've
I mean, that
actually
would make
flown up there. Like in AX beta, you can actually fly up to the boulders and they have no collision. Probably not
would
the
make
best
sense.
example, but
In my head, I want to say it's because it's probably to save memory, so they just keep them as like empty objects, and then they start their programming when they begin rolling. Would be my guess, because like there's like 50 boulders, so maybe that's why they do it.
maybe they're just spawned in as objects,
See,
and the ones up top are actually non-physical objects.
It
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like he gets like a shift boost from the wall, from like a wall hit, which is really interesting.
It looks so funny.
Captain Falcon just like tweaks the hell out and just suddenly he clears the chapter.
Yeah.
I actually thought that was a neat little touch too when it comes to detail. When you look at the avatars, they
this
shake like the machine shakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a max speed theory.
Oh, okay, so this is a task. I was like, oh.
Yeah, this is just like a task
Okay.
playlist because I've been obsessed with tasks recently.
That's fair, that's fair. It's insane, though.
CGN's playlist.
Is this this is his most recent video, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a custom color for Fat Shark? Or is that actually in the game?
It's custom.
Okay.
Like red Kazu colors.
I like it. Yeah, and like the interior is like a nice color as well.
You know,
Jeez.
machine really needed to zero.
I think that was 100. I wonder what setting that was at.
That one had to have been at 0 because he shakes at
Yeah.
the start.
Yep, definitely shaking.
What was that one boss vehicle from F-Zero Maximum Velocity? The last vehicle you unlock. I forget what it's called. The Jet Vermilion, yeah. That would actually be really nice to see in 3D.
I think someone was working on trying to model all the MV machines, but stopped on it. Like, I think the same person who modeled all the Climax machines in GX.
Was that Chimmel, or whatever his name was? The CHML guy?
I think so, yeah.
That dude's been putting in work, man. Like, between that and the map editor, I'm just like, come on.
They're actually still working on that?
Have you ever seen this video, Fi?
Of course I know this video.
This is a pretty nice one.
It's where I still have my strategies from.
So my notes from this guy.
Yeah, I think F-Zero GX is one of the only games where you can kind of drift on a straightaway.
Yeah. I know that, for me, like, most of my experience with snaking comes from Mario Kart DS, and the snaking in that is so clunky compared to the snaking in this.
It's weird too, because like I never really realized how like there's like a delay, like, or at least I never thought about it. How there's a delay between like when you press a button, when it goes into effect, like a few frames later. Like, so you kind of have to do everything in advance, like slightly, and just time it perfectly.
Yeah.
Like with
It's,
MTSs, like you want to do MTSs like as early as possible a lot of the time. And yeah.
One of the things I think is really cool about that as well, because it also varies per car. like different cars, like once you try and do it, they just feel different when you try to attempt it. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yep.
Or like
Yep.
when you take a corner, you have to time it differently, which I think is sick. Because, dear God, what was that ending?
That's suicide. This one, I tried to like dissect this video, like with because that was the input display, but it's still pretty confusing. It's just like a series of crazy shift boosts.
Every time I see this custom car, I know it's going to be bullshit.
Oh, it's this fucker again.
Yeah,
He's possessed by a demon.
exactly.
Q hitting the perk.
Yeah, Q making me QQ. It's
Is this guy and his machine, the junk? He's like the junk robot, isn't he?
Yeah.
yeah.
Did they take that from like the Star Wars universe? Because his machine looks very similar to like one of them pod racers.
There's probably some inspiration.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
So it looks like one
Anyways.
of the Death Bombers or whatever it is in Star Wars.
One thing I was gonna say is we've one thing I do like about QQQ's car specifically is he has the only car where he doesn't have glass over it. Like his head just sticks out of it.
Yeah, that's a really cool touch.
Oh yeah, a la R2D2 style.
Yeah. Which I think definitely lends itself to the Star Wars aesthetic.
Actually made a rap to this track.
What track?
The track that you just showed here, Serial Gaps.
Oh, really nice.
Yeah, I did. I think I still got the lyrics lying around somewhere. I memorized it though, but it's cheesy, but it works.
Hey, I mean, if it works, it works.
Back on my first frame design I made for GX, like the one that was just the metal frame, I had somebody over and I was playing Serial Gaps in first person, and the person is just like, she just loves giving me shit. She's like, no, play that again. This is funny. She's just laughing at me while I'm suffering in first person in Gaps. I'm just like, please, I don't want to fly this way because the car's like tail spinning.
Drive, monkey.
This is one that
Right.
I kind of want to watch in half speed as well, just because like,
What
Dear
the
God.
heck?
because yeah,
Okay,
you dragonize some amazing tasses.
I do have to head out though. I just wanted to say thanks for having me on the podcast again, Sam.
Yeah, no problem,
It
man.
was fun.
My pleasure.
Oh, cool.
Congrats on the run as well, man.
Thank you all. I appreciate it. Anybody who decided to hop in stream and just say hi was really helped me a lot. Like keeping going. Like 5bet especially. You the homie.
You know it, man.
All right, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good night.
All right, catch you later, man.
Take care, right?
Alright, be easy, man.
I like that he's just hitting the roof
Yeah,
of that stage. It's like, I'm living up here now.
and it's like this has got to. I believe this is max speed settings, so it's not shaking. It's just like
He
Real
jumped between them?
really
Sorry.
precise control. It's okay.
I think
Yes.
Brave did that in a world record once, actually. Like, the one before FIFA's current world record, Brave actually used that as, like, a legitimate strategy.
Like going through the track like that.
No, like, he jumps the track. Like, he gets the
Oh.
NPS and the shift boost on the 3 boost plate section, and then he jumps over.
That's insane. Because, like, one thing I love about this track is that you have to choose between getting health or getting the boost. And,
Yeah, man, I'll just
that-
go.
yeah, exactly. It's just like best of both worlds. Oh no, not Spiral. This one torments me.
You know what's scary? I think there's some humanly possible things from this spiral task that could happen in the next couple years. The only problem is people have to sit down and understand it. Like how I did with Loop Cross, you have to really like sit down and grind stupid stuff. Like
Mm. Oh
I
yeah,
want to get
there's
some of these tips, like this one.
yeah. I mean, I feel like I wonder if that's possible. if you could pull that skip off. I mean, you would need to get like at least a few shift boosts on the pipe.
That's what I mean. Is like you have to sit down and learn where they are.
The thing is, I reckon it's probably. This is just my guess. I reckon it's easier in AX. At least it looks like
not
it
necessarily. You have more control. You have more
Jump
control.
off the pipe.
Oh, I don't know how it would interact with the pipe. Yeah, AX is pretty foreign to me still.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
If you're talking about that pipe jump, that thing is easy as cake. Like you can just T-drift and you can get it, like no problem at all.
Yeah. That's one of the things I'm trying to keep my mind, like, or more importantly, keep myself from getting too advanced until I'm actually doing everything on, like, recording. Because once in the next few weeks, I should have my, I should have a capture card or something there. I tried using a HDMI capture card for the cabinet on the Triforce, and it wasn't outputting. But, yeah, like, I want to get it so I can actually record footage straight from the cabinet.
That would actually be sick, because it's rare to have any.
Yeah, exactly. So anything that's not on, like, Nintendo, I think is, yeah.
I would like to see a AX TAS, honestly.
Dude, someone needs to develop, like, support for Dolphin to run homebrew apps, and then boom, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
No lie.
One thing I'm trying to get is so what we can do, and this.
Oh my
Hey
gosh!
Falcon, how you doing, buddy?
I forgot about this one.
Oh boy, early Dolphin.
Doesn't this have something to do with the ISO as well?
Yeah, actually, that actually is what it is, if memory serves right. Like, dirty ISO dump.
Hyperspeed side attack.
Alright. See you later, buddy.
Space flyers, they have bigger brains. Like, I want to say, does anyone still have that, like, alignment chart of, like, how space flyers see max speed players and snakers see like, max speed players or whatever it is? I can't remember.
That was hilarious.
Oh, it is, but it's like the best meme ever.
Yeah, I think Sonic made that.
Hey, part of me wants to learn space flying, but also I'm not sure if you can space fly on cabinet.
You absolutely can. There are times from the leaderboards, so it's definitely possible.
Okay, I assumed because, like, it involved a lot of spin attacking or something like that.
Oh no, it's just snaking in the air. That's all it is.
Okay, so it's max accel.
But you can also do. Right. Yeah, but you need if you're doing it with memory card, you need either Maximum Dragon or like Combat Grampus or any of the in between, like that.
Okay. Because what I can probably alright. So those are the only two that can space fly.
There's some others, but those are the most common ones, and they're just fast.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So I have to.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
I was gonna say the idea for it was basically get so unlock those custom vehicles. Although I'm pretty sure a lot of them use the yellow part, the 15 that you can't normally get. Is that right?
Oh yeah, Maximum Star.
Yeah.
You can just swap that with Combat Cannon, and it works just about the same.
Okay, gotcha.
It'll just be slightly grippier, and basically interchangeable.
Cool. Because one thing we are looking at, and is we're looking at using the license cards to load the parts on, and then I've got to see if there's a way to get them off the license card into the memory card, which I think there is, if memory serves. But if we can get them onto the card's gonna, I think, really help, because the card can only contain a limited amount of data. Like it can't hold too much. It's like next to nothing on there. So if I can decode what that is, I want to see if I can get access to some characters that aren't normally playable, and also just preload it with the 15 parts, or like as many of them as I can load onto one car, and then switch it to the memory card, and vice versa, if that makes sense. But god damn, this hurts.
Oh yeah, hard bangers.
Yeah.
HSSA snaking. Also casual top 5 time for if it were real.
God damn. That's insane. One thing I am planning on doing is I plan on trying to get a bunch of save ghosts from a bunch of players. What are you doing? Are you done? What are you doing in your cockpit? Alright. There you go, literal space flying.
Has anyone ever seen that video where someone zooms out from the tracks and it seems like everything within the gaming world for this game is in outer space? Yeah, like that, exactly.
Oh yeah, the classic. What is it? The old pod is what I would just call it. Is like you're in the skybox and you then leave the skybox because it's finite.
Okay. No, sorry. I just got confused by what I just saw there. Did it look like he just went from Mute City to Casinopolis? Like he went that quickly? He transcended which stage he was on?
It would be interesting if they had that in GX, because the first game they would do that. If you drove fast enough on, I think, was it White Land 2? You could jump across to White Land 1, or there's like something, if you open up the Fuzi editor, many of the tracks are on the same plane.
I think I know what you're talking about. I just don't think anyone's ever shown a video of that. Not that I know of.
Whee! That's really interesting that they're on the same map. Because I would have figured maybe that would do more for loading. God damn.
I'm not remotely tech savvy or code savvy, so I couldn't even tell you where to begin with all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm knowledgeable, but not that knowledgeable. I can understand it. I can't code for crap though. But if you give me code, I'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense to me.
I'm the kind of person who could just use your program and make you like a nice custom track. That's about it.
Yeah. That's kind of what that's why I'm so excited for the GX track editor. I have some really cool ideas I want to do for a track.
Like someone turn it into like Mario Kart Wii custom tracks level of development stuff, because that I actually got that recently, and it's like, holy crap, that's like 300 courses right there.
Yeah, that was why I was looking at that, and I'm like, I was surprised at just how, like, not... How to put this? Like, compared to Mario Kart, like, the mod development for GX is, like, not nearly at their level, because they've been smashing it for, like, so long. Like, Mario Kart Wii still has an active community because of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've been going hard at it.
V-Sam, I got a question for you. You must not be there.
He is fallen into the pit of tasses. Oh,
Hear me okay?
my break is over. I might have to jump off. Alright, I hope you guys have a good one. Take care.
Alright, take it easy, man.
Catch you later.
Laters.
Can you guys hear me still?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Man, this is a crazy run. Twist Road is just nuts.
Is that Zelda in the background?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever completed any Zelda game.
Wow, you're missing out, man.
Zelda wasn't really... Well, I just think my mind works a little different.
Yeah, teach their own.
Like for me, my mind is more. Well, all games have objectives, but my mind, like a racing game or like a shooting game, the objective is very clear. You know, Zelda, you really got to explore a lot. You know, you really got to think about, all these little secrets and hidden pathways. And it kind of works like in real life for me. If there's no direct path to something, or I have a hard time going about it. I have a very one-track mind.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone's meant to, like, be, like, the maker or, like, the inventor of the system. Some people are just meant to, just, like, find what they like to do and do it. Like, that's how I see it. Like, I don't get down on myself because I'm not, inventing, the cure for cancer. I'm just
I think the best thing we could do is prevent cancer, which is, stop hybridizing and genetically modifying everything and chemically inducing everything we come across.
Yeah.
And it seems like some people get cancer because of the way we eat. Well, we're both in the U.S., so Firebat, you're in the U.S. too, right? Oh, his mic's muted.
Yeah, of course I'm in the U.S., man.
Well, you know how it is with the food. Sometimes you don't know if it's you're getting GMO or something that it's all processed to the extreme.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, have you ever guys heard stories from, like, your grandparents or your great-grandparents, how they ate off the land, and they used to, they didn't have all these ailments and issues?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really want to go into that right now.
Well, I come from the country, so, I come from Texas, so, like, I heard, like, some stories from my grandparents and great-grandparents, how they ate off the land. They didn't feel as sick as some people are today. Like, you can kind of look at some people in the U.S. You look people in the eye and they just look sick.
Yeah, yeah, I suppose I know what you mean, yeah.
Because I look in the mirror and I see myself as looking a little crazy sometimes. And I'm crazy.
Yeah.
You're all a little crazy.
Yeah.
No, Firebat, I'm telling you, man, I'm crazy. No, I'm talking about you got to put me in the hospital crazy.
Dude, my best friend all throughout high school and, like, after high school was definitely got some, like, serious mental stuff. I don't know what it is exactly. I'm not a doctor, but it's like, he envisioned stuff, like scenarios, and, I just kind of had to entertain it.
I think they call that a state of psychosis.
Hallucinations, something along those lines.
That's basically the best way to explain it, because I've gone through it. Like, imagine having like you're kind of based in reality, but you're slowly starting to lose it, and once you start losing it, that becomes your actual reality. So what really going on in your mind, the way you try to explain it and the way you say it to other people, you actually believe it. But the outside observer, they can't really comprehend it because you're just not making any sense. And when you try to bring them back to baseline, they might consider you to be a little crazy. Like, I don't know how it manifests, but it's like demonic possession, I guess you could say. Just as a metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
Something just possesses their mind. Makes them go off the fritz. But let's get back to F-Zero. We're getting a little too off topic here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did you like have a question or something about F-Zero or something? Or like, did you want to show something?
Firebat or me?
You.
I do have. How much time you got left?
I've got no plans, so I mean, I'm okay to go for another 10-15 minutes if you want.
I have upload with Black Bull on I think it's the Queen Cup for F-Zero bootleg bazooka. Because I don't know if you played you played the first cup. I don't know if you played the second one.
I don't think so. Yeah, we could close it out with that. Watch it.
Yeah.
Get some developer commentary.
I don't know how much I can really say because I'm not overall satisfied with it, even though I just kind of released it. It was kind of rushed, even though that was the whole point of making like a speed project. It just felt It felt like it can have some more polishing.
Mhm.
So, and I think it's on my newer profile. So you'd have to type in. I think you can just type in bootleg bazooka Queen Cup with Black Bull, and it should show up.
Yeah, I think I have an idea.
Okay. Oh, yeah, smart move. Yeah, just go to my new profile there. This was actually, I think it was somewhat of a request for Gray Fox because he seemed to have a hard time completing these courses
Yeah,
to the point where.
I'm
Go
sorry. One of these days, like, I kind of want to stream X and just have you guys, like, rip me apart and just, like, give me tips on how to play this game. Because,
Yeah, I could.
I mean, a lot of it's just, like, practice and get better, press the buttons better. But still, there's some things I don't understand, like, DTDs are just black magic.
Yeah, I don't really understand them either. I can do them to an extent, but I really don't understand them.
But they're like such a big part of like.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's when things get really, really interesting, is when you can do DTDs.
Yeah.
And if you actually look at the mini-map, it kind of looks like a bootleg gun.
Oh yeah, I see it.
That's why it's actually called Gunner.
Oh yeah, almost like a plasma rifle or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. I have to make a lot of revisions to this jump that you see here. Initially, I wanted you to go off of like a mini jump coming out the tube and then jump down on the jump plate, but I ran into a lot of problems with the computer players. As Gray Fox has said before, if you put a jump where the computer players can go off into airborne, they look for any which way they can to suicide.
So
and go ahead.
What was Gray Fox having a problem with this?
Yeah. Staying alive, actually.
Oh.
Beating the entire cup without losing all his lives. And because I have very low empathy when it comes to designing anything. Like when I do levels for Doom, I don't have a proper frame of reference for how someone would really play it blind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have a very hard time balancing something in terms of difficulty. Like I just make it, well, something that I'm comfortable with. It's a challenge for me. I can't conceptualize or see things from an outside perspective unless someone visually shows me them playing.
Well, it's kind of like designed for people that know what they're doing, or people that really want to challenge. It seems, because I mean, the first cup kicked my ass like really hard. But I do want to, give it another try.
Well, one of my design philosophies when I design courses, even for 3CGP, is I actually try to purposely design them so that no matter what, you can never win. You can never have a perfect score. So even if you use something like Bloodhawk, see you later, Captain Falcon.
So you're saying it's impossible to get first place on every race?
Usually that's how I design my track packs, yeah.
Okay.
Because I kind of want it to be like a legitimate race where, you never just completely destroy everybody.
Yeah, there has to be stakes.
Not like the AIs jumping off and dying on Firefield 1. Because I can't keep up with Daniel. Yeah.
Do you think any of your tracks have like DTD potential?
Yeah, some of them actually do. I actually thought about doing time attacks for this track pack, but I might save that for my final track pack because, I wasn't fully satisfied with this one. There might be one track in this cup where you can pretty much pull off a DTD properly. So I'll see if I can find it, because I know in the one that I'm working on currently, the second track, initially when I designed the second track, you pretty much had to do DTDs to even place in the top 6. And I had to change that. I'm like, nah, that's a little too extreme. And I think initially this track was actually the venue was Fire Field, but I decided to change that. Basically, there's only one Fire Field in this track pack, and in the final track pack that I'm working on, anything goes really. Is that rap in the background?
It's just like a stream, random like stream playlist of music. So
Okay.
I don't know exactly what's on it. It's just kind of like miscellaneous stuff.
All right. And I think this was originally called, it might have been called Pop Step when I first designed it, because of I call the Mines and F-Zero X poppers, because that's pretty much what they do.
Poppers?
Yeah, they just pop you up in the air.
Yep. They kind of do that in GX too, a little bit.
Yeah. And if you ever noticed, you guys ever play Crash Bandicoot 2?
Yep.
You know, on the boulder levels, the mines look very similar to the ones in this game, and they do the same thing, actually.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, for some particular reason, Gray Fox was having an issue on this course. And maybe one other course. He didn't show me a video, that's the only problem. Like, I need a video reference to help you out.
I don't know. I figured he'd be, pretty damn good at this game too, because he's really good at GX.
Yeah. Yeah, he's actually working on a track pack as well.
Nice.
I think I played the first cup. It's pretty fun, actually.
Does it have like a particular theme or anything? Or is it just kind of...
He said his ultimate goal was to basically make a track pack that Nintendo themselves would release as an expansion, like outside the EK itself. Like, so he gets like basically, I think one of his courses is actually a recreation of White Land 2 from the original game. So I think he did a pretty decent job, actually.
Cool.
Like, I have the FZEP file sitting on my hard drive, and then he's also showing me preview videos on private. Actually, they're public. I think, he deleted all his videos, so they're no longer in existence. But, yeah, he pretty much showed me a lot of them, and showed the community a lot of them, but he doesn't really, he's never really satisfied. He's got a mentality kind of like mine. He's got that speedrunner's mentality.
Yeah. But
when it comes to course design, so just imagine that speedrunner mentality with a lot of other stuff in your life. That state of perfectionism, that tiny little one mistake really irritates you.
Yeah, I don't have that so much. I don't know. I kind of actively try not to.
It's healthy to not have it.
Yeah, or else like you won't get shit done because like you're
exactly
working on the same thing.
So for some particular reason, I think the course that's being replaced here, the AI are simply way too easy. I don't know why. There's literally no dash plates on this course.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's not. That's why it's called No Dash Easy. Because there's no dash plates, and to me it was easy. Now this course right here, this course is hard to come in first place. I've never actually done that myself. And it's actually one of my favorite courses that I designed. At least the minimap looks really nice. I think the minimap is actually pretty good. And when I design courses, I actually always take into account how the minimap looks.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Have you seen any of Uchiha's minimaps?
I've seen quite a few of his videos. Yeah, they look really well done, especially when he's going for the symmetry.
Yeah,
I don't know how he does it.
I can't imagine it's like super straightforward. Like you probably takes a little bit of forethought about the layout, like because I don't know, it's like a 3D.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's weird.
And the thing about FZEP as well, I don't know if it's true of the expansion kit. Like if you move the camera angle and you're looking at the course from a top-down perspective, but when you load up the map in the game, let's say you have a straightaway, and you see it in the editor, it looks like a straightaway. When you load it up in the game, you look at the mini-map and things will look like slightly off for some reason. It's a little weird. So if you're just that anal about having your minimap look a certain way, sometimes you'll spend much more time developing a course than necessary, and it barely even changes gameplay. But I guess you can see here, I didn't play too badly, but 15th place.
Yeah, at least you finished. Oh, is this a half pipe?
Yeah, I think it was called. What was it called? Half pipes hustle, something like that. I think in 3C, the 3C GP, there was a pipe course. It was called half pipe pimping.
Goonman's grass.
Yeah, Goonman's grass.
Nice, I like that.
And I think the custom music for this was actually from Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh yeah, that's another cool thing.
Yeah, the forest level with the trees that have the faces.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's the music for this, for the Devil's Forest.
Good choice. Did you have a hard time changing out the music?
Me personally, no. The hardest part was working with the limitations, and I actually do have a tutorial on this channel if you want to check it out.
You didn't go?
Oh, like you got to do something to the music file first?
Yeah, you have to open up Audacity, and you have to basically compress it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So, because you have to use WAV files, and your normal bitrate for music. I think I don't know if it's your bitrate necessarily, but like if you were to open up Audacity, there's like there's a number at the top, the bottom left, and it shows like I think it's your hertz or bit, something like that. You got to change that to like 22050 compared to like the 48,000. That compresses the sound, and then you got to change it to mono. You got to do a few things to your music file before you can put it in the game. But once you figure that out, to me, it wasn't really too hard.
Gotcha.
And if I can do it, I know that the people of this community can do it.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
You've contributed to F-Zero GX with the venue swaps. The changes to the textures and all that.
I'm the exact same as you though. Like I like to make stuff and try to be creative about it, but I could never create the groundwork for anything like that.
Yeah.
Maybe with like enough schooling or something.
That's me. I really would need some kind of institution to work things. Like my mind is I compartmentalize everything. Everything in my mind has to be compartmentalized. It has to be like structured in a certain way for me to properly understand it. Especially when it comes to socialization, like if you go to a social setting, things are more open. Like I need something that's very controlled to really grasp it.
Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying.
Yeah.
My ride does that too. Becomes like motor drive, or the latest app.
I don't even really know what to say about this track, except that it's one of my favorite tracks in the track pack, actually.
It looks pretty fun. Any track with a half pipe in X is pretty fun because you can do those like side attack turns on them.
Not in here though. You have to do you have to make it somewhat of a corkscrew to be able to do those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the best thing you can really do here is drift in them.
So they're kind of there just to like trip you up, make you lose speed.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. Although I do like the half pipe physics of X more than GX for some reason. I think I don't know. I can't really compare X and GX because they're almost their own game, so to speak.
They're so incredibly different.
Yeah.
But they're also like similar in some ways.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of wish we could merge the two. Like if Nintendo would ever actually have F-Zero on the legitimate books.
Yep.
It would be awesome if they would combine the two together. Just imagine doing like a DTD, and then going into like when you drop back on the course, you let go of the accelerator, and you're doing like MT. Yeah. And then you just, you fly back off the course because you're using F-Zero X's physics a little bit, so you're more floaty. So imagine doing a DTD, landing, turning off your engine, going back off the course, just floating up in the air and doing another D. Just imagine all the crazy shit you can do in this game if they merge the two.
Oh man, that would be freaking epic.
And then tossing the course editor, you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a few million seller right there for sure.
And one more thing I think I said in my write-up for a future F-Zero title, You guys ever play Trackmania?
Honestly, I haven't. I don't have like I haven't played that many racing games.
Oh, okay. There's one thing in Trackmania. There's two things that I brought up to pull from that game, and one was the replay editor. The replay editor in that game is actually extremely in depth. Like, as in, you actually set your own camera angles. You can put like captions in it. You can switch from like vehicle to vehicle, so you have full control over how the replay plays back. So I thought about putting something like that in F-Zero, and then the Ghost replay system. I thought about taking elements from Trackmania and putting them in this game. So basically, that would mean you could have well over like 50 ghosts in one particular time, and then toss in your replay editor. Just think of what the community could do in terms of just multimedia, just making videos, just for like ghosts and whatnot.
Yeah, it would take a lot of work because I mean, it took a lot of work for Trackmania.
Yeah. See, I'm more of just I think of ideas, but you can't really just think of ideas when it comes to game development. You gotta, well, how do we code it? You can have a brilliant idea, but if you can't code it,
yeah, I like coming up with ideas too. Yeah.
But someone told me specifically, don't be the idea guy.
Yeah, I've heard that too, actually. You want to be you want to be the one that learns how.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much it.
All right.
Unfortunately, Bootleg Bazooka was a flop. It only got like so many downloads. It's a shame. I think it got like maybe 11 downloads. They got more than.
That's not bad. That's not bad for F-Zero. I mean, you got.
They got more. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
You just got to keep it in perspective. I mean, F-Zero is just a series that doesn't do crazy numbers,
Yeah. But the problem was too is when I initially released it, there was an issue when you were to patch it. For some particular reason, I could patch it on my own hard drive, but whenever I released it to the public, then no one else could really patch it. It gives you an error when you try to load up the game. I think you had that issue at one point, didn't you?
Yeah, just for a little bit.
Oh, it actually fixed itself?
I ended up getting it working. Yeah, after a couple tries. Yep.
Because right now, if you go back to the trailer video, I actually have a ROM, and it's I even put I might run into legal issues, but I kind of don't give a shit.
Whoa.
I figured it's F-Zero X. It's not like I'm really trying to make a profit. All the credit goes to Nintendo in the first place, and it's just it's an obscure. Well, it's not an obscure game. It's one of those games, like you said, it doesn't pull a bunch of numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And if you download FZEP, the actual program to make the custom tracks, you can literally get the original tracks from that program itself. They have the coordinates for you.
I'm just kind of meandering. This is kind of cool.
Oh, that is pretty cool. What is that?
Some sort of...
Is that the F-Zero SNES thing?
I guess so.
Excuse me.
Imagine playing like that, like just with the top down view.
That would be pretty neat, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I know what it probably is. It's actually tracing the track. Probably what it is.
Interesting.
Did Midi Man upload that? This seems like something he would do.
Yeah. Yeah, he shared it.
Yeah, of course he would. He would be the exact kind of guy I would think of to be posting shit like this.
Yeah, he's the whiz. Can steal tracks from a video.
Oh yeah, it's the missing courses.
Oh, interesting.
Like this is the Metal Fort one that still has like a $5,000 bounty.
Huh? What do you mean by $5,000 bounty?
If you can find the cartridge and it has the data on it, and dump it, so that way they can like put them into a full ROM. I think that's what their goal is, if they can get their hands on it. Because there's like Metal Fort 1 and 2, and then there's Forest 1, 2, and 3. And those are just completely missing and only in video form.
Nintendo's very in-house and secretive about some of their stuff.
Yeah.
How boring would it be to actually take the concept of the 2D F-Zeros, such as like the Super Nintendo F-Zero, and just make it an F-Zero X? Like, you literally have all flat tracks in F-Zero X. Like, how boring would that actually be? Would that even be something to even do, or just...
You could do some good stuff with that. Like, it just depends on how the checkpoint system works. Like, if we're talking, like, if we were to pull from, say, GP Legend style checkpoint system, you can jump anywhere pretty much, and it would still kind of lag.
Nah, you can't do that in F-Zero X. You and in some cases, you can actually design a course where the jump, it goes too high off the ground, and you actually just die. Like, if you're on a straightaway,
so
for
we're going
example.
the F-Zero X engine then, okay.
Yeah. Because I think there was one time I've seen like a course or two where you're on a straightaway and you go off a jump pad, but because the course, the next checkpoint, the next control point is the elevation is much lower. The checkpoint doesn't. You basically just jump over the checkpoint and you just die and fall through the goddamn ground. You literally fall through the track. It's weird like that.
All right, guys. I'm probably gonna wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah, it's a good time too.
Yeah, it was really good to have you guys. I appreciate you guys showing up.
Glad you actually invited me. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, you're always welcome.
You know, I can't really give too much insight and input on the series, but, you know, I like to hear what the community usually has to say. I like to hear the voices, too.
Yeah, yeah, same here. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys later.
All right, have a good one, y'all.
Yep, see ya.
You too.